guys, so on today's episode of the podcast, I know it's a little weird because it's in a fucking car, but I'm on my way to a fucking, to play pinball. But it's really weird because, so today, something really interesting happened where, essentially what had happened is, can I do it with the lights off? Or with the lights on? So essentially, I look like Ben Affleck, but, I look like Ben Affleck in the account. I'm gonna shoot you if you fucking kill us, if you mess with old people. No, but anyhow, about a week ago, so today I ended up going to the police station to report something, but it didn't really go over that well because it was actually the worst thing that could have happened, because this is what happened. So I go because my terrible neighbors ended up confronting me because they thought it was me who was doing something when it really wasn't, and it was really interesting. So they send the guy who's screwing the mechanic's daughter. The mechanic daughter lives next to us. He tries coming over at me. I don't end up backing down, and I end up making a whole line of jokes, and I end up saying, one of the things I said was this. My fucking idiot, mom. That's not what I said. I said this. I said, how does it, he comes up to me and he tries to fight me. And I thought it was really fucking stupid of him to do that because he doesn't know who he's messing with. And it's fucking bullshit that he came at me this way. And I'm probably going to get this video age restricted, but I don't really care because I hope they see this and I hope they die alone. But motherfucker comes at me like he's a gunslinger, thinking he's all this and that. Or like he's Bruce Banner in Hulk form. And it's like, fuck you. Not even fucking Mark Ruffalo's Hulk anymore. They fucked that shit up by making him a humanoid Hulk or Professor Hulk or Bitch Hulk or whatever the fuck they call it anymore. But he comes at me and he's telling me all this shit. And I'm like, did you ever stop and think that maybe the reason we're not, that we possibly told the landlord is because you take our parking spots? He's like, huh? And he doesn't know. They didn't cue him in. They sent this guy who's banging their daughter to come confront me because he's retarded and he doesn't know that they've been doing shit bad. And I'm like, one of the things I said was, how does it feel to have done 5 years and dropped the soap? So his response is, who said I was in jail? And I said, what the fuck? That's what you didn't do? You didn't do years in jail? What about the dropping soap part? And then it's crazy because I'm over here talking to this fucker, and so this was like a less than 3 minute interaction because this fucker walked away, and he walks away, and he's like, yeah, and then I say, I said something along the lines of, how does it feel to be 55 and be messing with a 20-year-old? And he's like, who said anything about 55? And I said, the wrinkles on your face and shit. And he was, so, you know, long story short, we end up arguing, and he ends up walking away like a fucking cunt. And mind you, he did this during the birthday party of their kids. So this is where it gets really stupid. I go to the cops, and this is why I never understand what cops do in real life, or in general. But like, the cop in Banshee is much better, and that's played by Anthony Starr, and that's the guy who plays Homelander in the fucking the Boys show. Now the whole thing is interesting because I tell him that I felt confrontational and that I'm possibly, that if I should be worried, and that I am worried actually, and I try not to sound like a bitch, but I already did, and you know, this is what I get for trying to show him. He's like, I'll show you, and it goes bad, and he actually, now I'm like worried they're gonna like put a hit on me. So he's like, well, what you can do is you can call the cops, and then we could show up. And I said, well, what are you guys gonna do? He's like, we're just gonna control the situation. And he tells me, he's like, these days you don't know what to do because you never know how people are gonna react. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm calling the cops. That's why I'm calling the cops, so you can reassure me. He's like, if you're afraid, just call the cops, walk away, or do something. But get cameras. And I'm like, they had cameras and they still do this. Why my concern is that they're comfortable having cameras around while still doing this confrontational bullshit. And he doesn't know what to say. And then he's like, well, you can't get a restraining order. I'm like, how is it restraining? My concern is that it's going to escalate to something worse, and that they're going to be the one who initiates it, and that I'm not going to be ready. And he's like, well, what are you saying? And I'm like, what if I get shot? He's like, well, that's what the restraining order is for. Yeah, in what world do we live in where a fucking restraining order makes you immune to getting shot? Even if I have a restraining order, that doesn't mean you can't fucking kick my ass. Or like, what if I defend myself? I can't defend myself. And he didn't know what to say, but really this whole thing is like, what the fuck do cops do? And it's like, even when somebody gets killed, they just show up to be the first to like secure the situation. You know? And I'm over here like, they just show up to secure the situation. They just show up to secure the situation, and then the people who really solve the crime are the people who really do solve the crime are the lab rats, like the forensics people. So then I'm really wondering, like, what the fuck does a cop do? And then I thought about it. They don't really do much aside from being Boy Scouts that are glorified, which is kind of stupid if you think about it. So yeah, to my loyal 5 subscribers who keep coming back, if they see this or I'm gone and I don't post, it's because I got murdered by a fucking gangster wannabe. But thanks to the fucking Chandler, thanks to the fucking police department, thanks to you, I'm fucking dead. And this haircut makes me look like fucking Ben Affleck or like a knockoff Ryan Reynolds.